Saraity. Hi guys. Hello. Hello, my sweet jellyfishes. I hope your day is going super lovely. So, I think for this video, we're gonna make it soft-spoken. Okay. It feels kind of funny hearing myself speak soft-spoken, but we'll get through it. So, today we're going to do something a little different, and we're going to dive deep into a Reddit thread. This is the Am I the A-hole Reddit thread, or subreddit. I'm going to give you a little synopsis. Okay. A catharsis for the frustrated moral philosopher in all of us. And a place to finally find out if you were wrong in an argument that's been bothering you. Tell us about any non-violent conflict you have experienced. And give us both sides of the story. That's where it gets kind of tricky, right? And find out if you were right or if you are the a-hole. So, let's begin, shall we? Okay. The question is, am I the a-hole for having my brother and sister-in-law stay in our daughter's room when they visit at Thanksgiving? Are you the a-hole to your daughter? Or are you the a-hole to your brother and sister-in-law? I don't know. We gotta dive deeper. Okay. Here we go. Here's the full story. Full scoop. My first time making a post like this. I will try to keep it brief, but descriptive. I guess I'm gum chewing, guys. I didn't mention that. But of course, it'll be in the title, so. My husband and I, her husband being 26, and she's also 26, recently bought a house. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's a large house. Oh, now you're sounding like an a-hole. Being quite boastful. And the bedrooms are decently sized. We have 3 kids. So each of our kids can get a room. Daughter is 8. Okay. Oldest son is 6. Youngest is 4. They all share the upstairs bathroom. My husband and I have the master bedroom and the bathroom. My brother and his wife, along with their 1-year-old son, are visiting for Thanksgiving for 2 weeks. Honey, I don't think you're the a-hole. 2 weeks is a long time. 2 weeks is a long time. We told them we would give them our daughter's room, as it's the largest. Okay, so now we're getting full context here. Because at first I was thinking, we have 2 sons, why can't one of your sons sleep with, their brother, and then your daughter keeps her room, and they stay in one of your son's rooms, which of the 2 is the biggest. But okay, so let me backtrack. Okay, yeah, we told them we would give them our daughter's room, as it's the largest and has a queen-size bed. Our daughter will just sleep in one of our son's rooms. We were planning on making it look really nice in there for them, giving them new sheets and bedding, making sure that all of my daughter's things are put away, etc. So really accommodating to them, I would say. Going the extra mile, Anyway. It literally says, anyway. My mother says that my husband and I are being extremely rude. Okay, so now we get the mom in the mix, right? And they're being inconsiderate for not giving them our master bedroom and bathroom. She said it's just not right that they will have to share the upstairs bathroom with our kids while they're here. I honestly did not think we were being inconsiderate at all. My brother was very happy when I told him they could stay with us because they wouldn't have to pay for a hotel or an Airbnb. He didn't seem at all like he minded that they were going to be sleeping in my daughter's room. Am I the a-hole? No. No. Absolutely not. There's an edit though. To add a bit more background. Okay. My parents and my brother and his family both live across the country. My sister and her husband, along with my family, live within 30 minutes from each other. We decided that we are having Thanksgiving here. So my sister is having my parents stay with her. To put it nicely, my sister is a suck-up. Always has been with my mom. We're getting more context, more juice, more tea. So she offered for my parents to stay in their master bedroom, and my sister and her husband will stay in their other bedroom. That's where she gets her ideas from. I feel like that bit of information might be pertinent to this, just because I think my mom is basically implying that my husband and I are not being as accommodating as my sister is towards them. Yeah. That's definitely what is going on here. Second edit. My daughter and I talked, and she told me she is fine giving up her room for the 2 weeks. She is so excited to see them, and she said it's not a big deal to her. My daughter is 8, Oldest son is 6 and youngest is 4. Oldest son has a twin bed in his room. Youngest has a bunk bed in his room for when the boys shared a room in our old house. I am giving my brother and sister-in-law our daughter's room since it's largest and has a queen bed, which she mentioned before, but I'm probably going to have my 2 sons just sleep together with the bunk bed, and then put my daughter in the room with a twin bed, so she at least still has her own space and privacy. She's thinking of everyone. Honestly, I love this woman. Okay? Protect her at all cost. You know what I mean? Lastly, yes, 2 weeks is a long time. LOL. But my brother and I are very close, and we only get to see his family about once a year. Okay, so I fully understand the 2 weeks because I probably would go crazy myself. I'm an introvert. I like things as they already are, you know. Family or not, you know. And I say that because I've had my own experiences. We're not gonna get too much into it, but sometimes when you have families stay too long, things get a bit tricky, a bit sticky, you know. Anyways, it's a sacrifice, and of course it can be stressful, but my whole family is so excited for them to be with us, so everyone's happy. It's all good. 2 weeks is a lot for me. It's probably the best thing for them. I wanted to say thank you for all the feedback, everybody. I generally was worried that I was being inconsiderate or not a good host. So I'm guessing the main majority said, you're definitely not the a-hole. Okay. So anytime I've been to family or friends, Thanksgivings, the guests are put in a spare room, kids' room, or open space if no room's available. I have never seen a guest put in the master bedroom. Not the a-hole. My dad gave hubby and I his room once when I visited. Wait, is that? I'm just getting confused. I'm trying to read the responses. But basically everyone says not the a-hole. I've seen all the kids get piled into the master bedroom to sleep with the parents while guests sleep in the kids' room. But I've never seen in my life someone give up the master. Frankly, I'd be deeply uncomfortable taking the master bedroom and kicking out the homeowners. It'd feel like I was violating their most sacred personal space when they're already doing the most, you know? 2 weeks, that's a lot. Taking the kids' room feels uncomfy too, but taking the master feels so much more now. Kids are usually along for the ride, you know? It, for the most part, ends up being a very positive experience for them, you know? So, okay, so I'm going to say not the a-hole. And you guys can give me your thoughts. Okay. Okay, the next one. I have very, strong feelings about weddings and all the hoopla that comes with it, but let's just... Okay, here's the question. Am I the a-hole? For telling my sister she shouldn't come to my wedding if she refuses to wear a bridesmaid dress. We're gonna need full context. Full context on this, okay? Hi. I'm planning a lovely bridesmaid entourage for my wedding, consisting of my beautiful sister, well, just a sister, and cousins. We are all on very good terms. I feel like with her just stating that, it seems a bit off, like they all hate each other. But anyways, today I told my sister I thought of navy blue dresses for bridesmaids. I sent her a couple pics very enthusiastically. I thought it's elegant, matches with the suits, and gives a nice pop to the white wedding dress on pics. I wouldn't really consider elegant, yes, but I really wouldn't consider the navy blue a pop against the white. It's just more classical overall. Yeah. My best friend chose navy blue for the bridesmaid dresses. And I did listen to my bestie. But anyways, the response from my sis was instant. You can't be serious. I won't wear that. Everyone will hate that. Or is it that you want all of us to look like S-H-I-T, shat? I heard there are weddings where the bride wants to make bridesmaids look intentionally bad. That's probably your plan. See, when the writer here, the bride, states that they are all on very good terms, and your sister responds like that, like, is this verbatim or are you exaggerating? So everyone just clears you from being the a-hole. I don't know. That's a very extreme response. But anyways, she said her color type is autumn. Okay, so she's probably done a whole color analysis. She knows her stuff. And navy looks the worst on that complexion. Actually, navy is in the color selections of autumn, but that's nor here nor there, you know. I sent her a couple of alternate suggestions. Different deep blues. She replied that she then doesn't want to be my bridesmaid, but wants to be pretty. Oh my gosh. She would attend all the getting ready with the girls, but won't wear the matching dress. No. I read this happens in bridal parties. Bridezillas. Bridemaidzillas. There's usually one difficult person. The suggestion is to ask them to step down as bridesmaid. For me, it obviously didn't come to that, as my sis stepped down without discussion because she wanted to look pretty. Her POV is that I should care about people feeling good at my wedding, and I don't have much empathy. Okay. I cried for a bit, and then I told my sister honestly that after this, I will have a sad and angry feeling every time I look at her at the wedding. As you remember, she decided to look pretty in her pretty dress, being satisfied with herself at my expense. And maybe it's best if she's not there then. Am I the a-hole? If her responses were verbatim, what she wrote down here, I would say that she's not the a-hole. I don't really want a big wedding myself, but I do know that I would be a very chill bride. With that being said, I would want, if we're talking about colors here and themes, I would want an autumn theme as well. I'm not trying to trigger anything, but I would let my bridesmaids wear anything along that autumn theme. I don't think I would take anyone's bridesmaids' crowns, say they didn't want to wear any of the colors that I suggested, but it will be noted. It will be noted for the future of our relationship. Again, I'm very chill, but it's like, it is your day. Let's just comply, because it's just a stinking color at the end of the day. And this sister cares more about how she appears than how her sister appears, which is weird to me. It's screaming narcissist. Okay. Again, if that was the true response that her sister received, then no, she's not the a-hole. Hopefully she didn't exaggerate things, you know. Okay. Not the a-hole. Remove your sister from the bridal party. Go with the color you have chosen. It's your wedding, not hers. If she wants to attend the girls getting ready, then she needs to accept her responsibilities and dress like the rest of them. If you're not in the bridal party, you don't get to do the fun stuff. You, as the bride, do not have to have anyone there that A, you don't want, and B, will make you sad when you look back on the pictures. No regrets. I agree. Like I said, my best friend, she chose navy, and it looked really beautiful. We also had an autumn wedding, and it worked. It worked. Okay. I'll read 2 more responses. Navy blue is a neutral. There's a reason why it's a popular alternative to black and shades of gray for suits. Okay, but we're talking about dresses here. But I feel you. Not for everyone. Truly. I look horrible, all caps, in navy. out and sickly. Not a neutral color at all. But honestly, it doesn't really matter for the topic at hand. It's one day, wear the damn dress. Mic drop. So, she's not being home. Okay. Let's see. Let's do one more. If you guys like these, I will make this a series on Patreon. These are fun. Ooh. Okay. This one's a good one. This one is a good one. Am I the a-hole for telling my roommates they shouldn't have a baby? I need context. Honey, I need context. I, 22-year-old female, have lived with roommates. Roommate 1, 27 female, and roommate 2, 30 male, for nearly 3 years. 3. She was really young when she moved in with them. Anyways, they got married in May and are expecting their first baby in December. So these aren't just any roommates. Like, you're living with a couple. You're living with a couple. Anyways. We all co-signed a lease and are still contracted another 8 months. 6 months after the baby's due. Okay. I, for one, adore children and even work in a childcare center. My roommates have always been incredibly lazy. I cook everyone's meals, clean the dishes, vacuum, mow the lawns. The lawns? How many lawns do you have? And pick up after their dog. Their dog. That is always pooping inside and gets into everything. I also agreed to an outside pet, and we are not met to have any according to our lease agreement. All of our friends were excited about the pregnancy, and I was first too. But now I'm filled with dread. I don't know why she would make a comment like this when they're, your roommate is already pregnant. Yeah. Anyways. At this point, it's important to note that roommate 2 hasn't held a steady job in other years. So they are always tight on money. Unless the spending benefits them. Gosh. While roommate 1 has 2 jobs, but is always off sick, I use sick as this was an issue even before the pregnancy, there have been multiple occasions where I have had to cover the rent and groceries, and I've never been paid back. Roommate 1 spends most of her time laying in bed, complains that she's too ill to work or help around the house, but is okay to go out 3 nights a week and continues to play weekend sports. And roommate 2 always has an excuse to why he's not helping, or he will get to it later. As a result, I'm completely burnt out from maintaining the house. Working 2 jobs, studying and looking after my 27, 30-year-old children. Whenever someone offers them any advice or assistance during the pregnancy, they'll reply, "But OP will help with the baby." And the closer it gets to baby's due date, the more they shift the responsibility of their unborn child onto me. So OP's her. OP will babysit. OP will buy this, that, etc. And the comment that pushed me over the edge was, if we are too tired, we'll move the cot into OP's room. She can deal with it. To which I replied, they shouldn't have a baby when they can't look after themselves, and that I refuse to be responsible for their kid. This made roommate 1 cry, but I don't feel bad. It was long overdue to be said. But they are now mad at me saying that I'm too young to know the stress of having kids. I mean, the kid's not born yet, so they don't know the stress either. Half our mutual friends are on my side, and the other half are just mad that I said it. Rather about what I said. Am I the a-hole? The easiest solution would be to move out, but currently everything in my area is out of my price range. I've even applied for a few places on my own, but am unfortunately unsuccessful due to lack of rental history, and the one I do have is ruined. I spelled do differently. And the one that I do have is ruined due to their dog being inside, despite countless efforts to move him into the yard. Update. I've had a lot of comments, so I'll post to answer as many questions as possible. My cooking was never meant to be for everyone. I would offer if there were plenty of leftovers, or if it was like a planned meal for the house. They were supposed to do dishes after, but never would. For the main part, I would cook my own meals, but they would always eat my leftovers or use my ingredients before I could. I've never seen them cook anything, so I don't know what they use my food for. They usually order out. I've now resorted to living on girl dinners. I cook myself food that doesn't require much effort or ingredients. Nuggets, pies, pizzas, pastas. I don't make leftovers, which has led to me now eating at work as I don't have food for lunches. Roommate 1 and I both work at the same daycare. Roommate 1 is actually my manager. Girl, are you serious? Are you serious? Which I think is why I've put up with this for so long, as I worried about creating tension at work, and I love my job. This also means I don't leave lunches at work, as she has helped herself to those in the past as well. We moved in together as my roommates were living with roommate 1's parents, and I had been homeless, living out of my car and couch, surfing for 7 months at 18. I had previously lived with my mother, 6 younger siblings, and an abusive stepfather. I grew up raising myself and my siblings, which is probably why I'm easily manipulated into looking after others that aren't my responsibility. This whole situation has been so stressful for me, and I still value them as friends, but I don't want to live with them anymore. Our original plan was to find a cheaper apartment together. that they were able to afford. But this morning, they have told me that they need to find a place for the two of them, and I'll look for my own. I think that she just got burnt out, and all those comments about her having to have the responsibility of the unborn child, I think just got to her, along with just everything else that she's been dealing with previously, with the lack of help, lack of responsibility, her having to do the most. She just, probably said that out of anger, but obviously doesn't mean it, I don't think. It was an a-hole remark, but I don't think that she's an a-hole. So, this person said, I understand, but you gotta put your foot down. Paying their rent and cleaning / cooking for them is already too much now for them to automatically assume you'd babysit for them as well. It's tricky because I know you don't want animosity, especially if you are with them for a while longer. But in my opinion, you should tell them you're only doing your share of chores, only cooking for you, and you are absolutely not babysitting at their whim or paying their rent. Sure, it'll be weird and awkward in the house, but you have your own stuff to focus on and should prioritize that. So, someone said OP is playing Cinderella for two total losers. She needs out like yesterday. So, she's not the a-hole. Not a nice thing to say. At the same time, like, we are only human. We can only take so much. Okay? So, that is our first installment. Maybe we'll do more of Am I the A-hole? This was really fun. Let me know if you like these soft spoken. And if you don't like I'm chewing, my apologies. My apologies. But I need to add a little something to the mix. I have not taken one little sip of this. Well, I took one sip of this. Maybe two, maybe three. It's a nice mocha from Dunkin'. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me, my sweet, sweet, sweet jellyfishes. And as always, love you, love you, love you. To the moon